Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Talks by Kate. Please listen carefully, because this is not just a story about cleaning streets. This is a story about dignity, discipline, leadership, and a nation that has decided to rise from the ground up. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso has taken a bold decision. The president has said clearly that there will be no more dirty communities and no more careless littering across the country. From now on, keeping the environment dirty and throwing trash on the streets are no longer seen as small mistakes. They are crimes against the nation, crimes against public order, and crimes against the future of Burkina Faso. This decision marks a new chapter in the country's history and shows what the second independence truly means. It is not only about fighting enemies outside the country or rejecting foreign control. It is also about building order, responsibility, and pride inside the country, starting from the streets, the markets, the gutters, and the neighborhoods where people live every day. To make this vision real, the government of Captain Ibrahim Traoré launched a powerful national initiative called Brigade La BAL. This initiative has changed everything. Brigade La BAL is not just another government program. It is a symbol of a new mindset. It represents discipline, cleanliness, and respect for the nation. The members of Brigade La BAL are young, active, and patriotic citizens of Burkina Faso. They are not foreigners. They are not private contractors. They are the sons and daughters of the revolution. They receive serious training that teaches them discipline, responsibility, and respect for public order. They wear a special uniform that represents cleanliness, authority, and national pride. Wherever they go, people know that order has arrived. Their mission is simple and clear. They are there to keep public spaces clean, organized, and safe, and to teach citizens that taking care of the environment is a national duty. For many years, cities like Ouagadougou suffered from uncontrolled urban growth. Markets became overcrowded, sidewalks disappeared, illegal structures blocked roads and pathways, gutters were filled with trash and stagnant water. Emergency vehicles like ambulances and fire trucks could not pass through certain areas. In big markets such as Rue Woko, the situation became very dangerous. One fire could have caused a major disaster. Municipal cleanups happened from time to time, but they never lasted. The dirt always came back. The country reached a breaking point, and it became clear that old methods were no longer working. That is why the government created Brigade La BAL to solve the problem at its root. The brigade works with a clear three-step method. First, they educate. They move through communities calmly and respectfully. They explain the rules to vendors and residents. They show people why blocked roads and dirty gutters are dangerous. They inspect structures, measure pathways, and identify hazards. They look for solutions together with the people. But education is only the first step. When people refuse to change, enforcement follows. Brigade La BAL has the authority to arrest anyone who deliberately keeps their environment dirty. This is not a simple warning. It is an arrest for incivility against the nation. For repeated offenses or serious acts of filth, fines are given immediately. These fines do not disappear into private pockets. They go directly into the National Cleanliness Fund. The money is used to buy more brooms, more tools, more garbage trucks, and to support more cleanup efforts across the country. The message is very clear. If you refuse to take care of your environment, the nation will do it for you, and you will pay the price. What happened next surprised many people, even those who believed strongly in the vision of Captain Ibrahim Traoré. More than 70,000 Burkinabe citizens responded to the call. Men and women, young and old, students, soldiers, teachers, market women, farmers, civil servants, and even government officials all stopped their usual work for 4 straight days. They picked up brooms, shovels, wheelbarrows, rakes, and trash bags. They cleaned their streets, their schools, their markets, their neighborhoods, and their villages. They unclogged gutters that had been blocked for decades, some since colonial times. They removed years of dirt, neglect, and waste that past governments ignored. This was not forced labor. This was voluntary action. It was led by the Ministry of Environment and Sanitation, which made it clear that this was only the beginning. The ministry announced new measures to support the people's effort. Trash bins began to appear on street corners. Hundreds of modern garbage trucks were purchased. Thousands of young men and women were given permanent jobs as street and gutter cleaners. They received uniforms, salaries, and respect. These were jobs that past governments treated as worthless, but under Ibrahim Traoré, they became jobs of dignity and pride. The sanitation minister declared boldly that by 2029, Burkina Faso would become the cleanest country in Africa. He said the country would not only be known for bravery and resistance, but also for order, cleanliness, and discipline. People from around the world would come to see how a country once abandoned became a shining example. This showed that true leadership is not only about fighting wars or building roads, it is also about shaping the mindset of the people. It is about teaching citizens to respect their land and their communities. What the world witnessed was not just a sanitation exercise. It was a revolution with brooms. People worked together with joy. They sang, drummed, and laughed while cleaning. Mothers carried water buckets. Children held dustpans. Fathers shoveled piles of trash. Elders supervised with pride. Businesses closed for a few hours to allow workers to join. Schools gave children gloves and brooms. Military barracks sent soldiers into the streets. Doctors and nurses joined sanitation workers. Farmers who came to town for market day dropped their loads and picked up shovels. University students marched through the streets chanting that a clean city is a free city. Across Ouagadougou, Bobo Dioulasso, Kaya, Koudougou, and many smaller towns and villages, people worked day and night. In some places, they lit fires to continue cleaning after sunset. Entire communities looked reborn, but the most important change was not only physical, it was mental. For too long, Africans were made to believe that order and beauty belong only to the West. They were told that African cities must always be chaotic and dirty. Ibrahim Traoré destroyed that lie. He told his people that cleanliness is dignity, dignity is sovereignty, and sovereignty is freedom. The people listened. After 4 days of intense work, many citizens said something powerful. They said, if we can clean our country in 4 days, then we can build it in 4 years. And they meant it. Youth groups formed. Neighborhood committees to stop people from throwing trash again. Churches and mosques promised weekly cleanup activities. Market traders agreed to support permanent cleaners. With new bins and trucks now in place, the system began to support the people's energy. Burkina Faso, once mocked as dirty, is now preparing to become the cleanest country in Africa by 2029. Imagine tourists arriving and seeing clean streets and fresh air. Imagine children growing up without dirty, flooded gutters. Imagine a generation that believes Africa deserves beauty and order. 70,000 Burkinabe, cleaning their land, sent a strong message to the world. It said that even if we are poor in money, we are rich in spirit. It said that even if we were colonized in the past, we refuse to remain dirty and broken. When a people can unite to clean their land, they can unite to defend it. When they can discipline themselves to sweep streets, they can discipline themselves to protect their sovereignty. That is why foreign powers are watching closely. A united and disciplined Africa is powerful. Burkina Faso has declared war not only on terrorism and neocolonialism, but also on dirt, disorder, corruption, and decay. What happened in those 4 days will be remembered as the moment Burkina Faso told the world that it is ready to build a new Africa. This is not just sanitation. This is a psychological revolution. This is a return of dignity. This is Talks by Kate, and history is unfolding before our eyes.